Hi guys, welcome to Daily Fitness. I am Ike, bringing you a stretch and mobility class. Alright guys, just before we crack on, we'll have a teeny warm up just to get ourselves flowing and ready to open up. So make sure as always, lots of space to move and get warm. Let's go, follow me. Nice and light on the feet, same as usual, just to get ourselves going. Get the arms free, a little bit of a swing. Whew, let's start to breathe. Next, we're gonna flick our bum. Nice and big with the legs. Start to show the shoulders too. Just getting everything released, ready to go. Going to do cross jumps. As always, let it all go. Don't jump like me though. And step it out, reach. And over. All the way, keep it going. And through, other way. Keep it going, and through. Woo. Make sure we're ready to release that upper back and neck. Just keep it moving for now. We don't need a static stretch. Keep it going. Don't keep it still. And get the thoracic on the go. There you go, nice and arch of that back. Ooh, release it all. Get the hips on the go. Good. All right. Last but not least, getting the shoulders and these traps all stretched. The pre-stretch even, just so they're ready to be stretched. All right guys, so the majority of this would be on the floor, so if you like a mat, go for it. If not, wherever you are, do your thing. So we come down. All right guys, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna start on our lower back. We're gonna swing it and release it. So a bit of a moving one. Come nice and flat. Where you got space, have your arms side to side for support, and we're gonna swing either way for a little bit. Skim the toe along the floor, and feel as you move your back here, open up and have a few little cracks. Really drop your hips and your knees first, then swing. So it's a really big movement, yeah? It's not just a leg swing. We'll open up as much as we can. Couple more. And last one, we're gonna hold. We're gonna reach for that toe and then look the other way. Good. Stretching the bottom leg. Hugging in this front one. And then again, looking the other way. Good. Other way, stretching the bottom leg, reach for it, the straight leg, and look the other way. Keep breathing throughout all of this, never hold a breath. Hug it in, push it down, and one more the other way. Good, a little bit longer. Lovely. Sitting up. Now that our back's a little bit more released, we will get back to that later. Now we're gonna go to the hips, just because they will get tight first before anything. They'll start to pull and hinge the slightest bit of movement. So, feet of the palms together, palms of the feet even. Hold the ankles, not the toes, because we don't want to stretch that ankle muscle for no reason. So hold the ankles with your elbows aiming to get on the inside of your knees or thighs. You can push them down, just like that. Have a flat back if you can. Nice and flat. And every second, you're trying to get more up out of the seat bones. A little bit longer. Good. Now put me in a little bit closer if you can. Hands gonna go behind. I'm gonna sip a little bit and have a little bit of a swing of these knees just so they are ready to get open more with their hips. Really sit up now. You're barely actually sat on your glutes, more in your arms, and you're sitting over. As you get more comfortable, get more closer, sit even more. Let gravity start to do the work. Good. Now we can lose the flat back because we're a little bit more ready to go. You can try and get our chest down as much as we can with the knees staying down. And we use those elbows to do so. Legs coming out in front. Keep that turn out. Don't want to have them parallel yet. And just relax over. We're not aiming really to get these yet. We're just giving our hips a break. And drop the head. Allow your spine to feel that stretch. Fully drop it. Do not hold any tension. Deep breaths. Hips come back in. You should be able to now just get a little bit lower. Keep breathing. Good. Back out in front. Give them a little shake. Good. From here, now we're fully going to get into hamstrings a little bit more. Still focusing on the hips a bit. But what we're going to do is, going to go into like a little jazz split here. Like this may be enough for you, but what we're going to do is aim to get this sit bone down, okay? So you see how you want to kind of like lean away from that? You want to get up as much as we can, like using his hands, and get this sit bone down, all right? And that's where already a stretch is going to come in this hip here and slightly in this glute. And then we can focus also on his hamstring. So we kill a couple of birds with a stone. You want to aim to get both your elbows down onto the floor. That is the aim here. It would be your opposite arm to leg, which would be the hardest to get down. But if you can't do it now, in a few weeks you will. By doing this a couple of times a week, and you have it light work. Again, we are looking for that flat back a little bit. For posture wise, it is good to really sit over it, and then we will relax after. It's all about kind of working that muscle, engaging it, and then relaxing onto it. It's a PNF type with a partner. Sometimes you push against them, and then you relax into the stretch. That's kind of what we're doing here. So now, we can relax down a little bit more. We drop our heads. That's the main key, is dropping your head. And it adds a lot more weight into the stretch. It's such a heavy part of the body, your head. So it's really good to use that. Now we open up and we come opposite arm reaches over ourselves and we're aiming for our toe. You feel it a little bit more on the inside of the thigh and in the groin. Good. Back to that PNF type. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come down and up 4 times, get as much of the flat back as we can. And then on the 5th one, we're gonna fully just down. All right, so it's engaged, it's stretched. Now we can just finish it off and get as low as we can. So 4 times, down and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we fully come over it. And you should be as far down as you've been all day. Another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Staying on this leg. We do the whole shebang and then switch over. We come into a pigeon here. But I don't want you to bring this leg too close to your groin yet, because I want you to still feel it in the outside of the glute. You can have your legs on your calf, you can have them on the floor. If you want them on your calf, you kind of sit more up a little bit, which helps. And really push this groin, this hip flexor down into the floor by sitting up. Chest as high as you can. Really sit up and let that hip flexor sink while stretching the outside of your glute here. Having a little bit of a sway and a rock always helps me just ease down. From here, come into a double right angle, so make sure this is fully out, and then sit over. And again, you can have a little bit of a rock just to ease yourself in to any little crooks and crannies. Just on the right angle, so we're still working the outside of the hip. And from here, we're gonna come in to a lunge and work on this hip flexor. So it's a full hip day. I'm gonna start straight away with that PNF, and we're gonna come down 4 times using the arms, and then gonna sink on the 5th one. So we come down, 2 more times, really come through the hip. And now this time, we're gonna keep it down, send the chest to the ceiling, and you should feel that hip flexor fully open up. Good. Keep breathing. In for at least 4, out for at least 4. Hands come down, sink a little further, and use your balance. Lovely. Last one on this leg. We stretch back. I'm gonna aim to bring our foot in and stretch that quad. If you want, sit back a bit and have 2 hands on it. But for me personally, I like to sit down so it's still in my hip flexor a little bit and do it that way. Good. That's one side done. All the way back to the other side now. So now you're a little bit more comfortable with what comes next, how you do it. Really enjoy the stretch and get yourself open. And let's go. So straight away, getting this sit bone on the ground. I'll turn a little bit just so you can see. There we go. Sit bone on the ground. Once you're there, once you're fully out, elbows are gonna come down. And we just relax for a little bit. Keeping the head for a start, just we're not quite ready to do the full drop yet. Just relaxing in. And next we're gonna come over the side and do it that way. And here we go. So I'm gonna come on the inside of my leg and stretch over. Keep it breathing. You can touch that toe and pull yourself. Lovely. Don't worry if not. That's a goal. Good. I'm gonna come to that PNF now. So we're gonna come down for 4. 4. 3. 2. We get that muscle engaged. 1. And then over. That's it. And as I said, you should be nice and low now compared to where you was earlier. And now we really let the head drop. Give it a little shake to make sure you're not holding it. And keep breathing. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Coming into the pigeon. So foot a little bit more closer to the groin now. And we sit up and out. So really let this back hip flexor sink down whilst you're sitting up. Keep it going. Again, hands where you want to be. Good. Make this front leg a right angle if you can. Back leg also. And we sit over to the outside of our hip. Keep it going. And we're going to take it up into a lunge, knee on the ground, get comfortable. Same as before, we do our down and ups using the arms. Down, 3, 2, 1, and this one, sink as low as we can, chest and vision to the ceiling, so we get that ultimate stretch in our hip flexor. We don't hold ourselves. That's the whole point with this one. Because of where our chest and our vision is, we just let our hip go down and down and down. Hands come down for even more of a stretch. Good. Opposite arm to leg. Now try not to let your bum come back. Sink in, unless you're doing 2 hands of course, but sink in so you can keep that flexor going. Good. Coming onto the knees. Made it. Just let everything release here. And let's make sure our upper body's not suffering as well. In the last minute, we're going to a semi-child's pose. So a full one would be here, but go into a semi so we can go and stretch outside of our shoulders. And then leaving the hands where they are if you can. And then we go into full. And then coming into downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Have one final stretch down here. Have a little rise on your toes a couple of times. Good. One final stretch Nod your head yes to make sure there's no tension. Shake it no. Bend your legs and hold your neck into your chest. And roll in. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Whew. Good. Take a moment. Don't move around too quick. Let everything sink in. But guys, that was a great class. Hope you're feeling a lot more open now. And yeah, enjoy that freedom. Have a great day. All right, well done guys. Great class. I'm hoping that you really opened up those hips, feel a little bit more looser and ready to tackle the world now. And if not, keep going at it. All right, have a great day. I've been Ike. See ya.